Together for Andrew Ledbetter.
What's going on, everybody? How's it going? Good to be at JJ's. Good to be at JJ's. Feeling healthy? Yeah, feeling healthy. I had COVID 2 months ago. Anyone have COVID? Have it or had it? Some people have it currently. Okay, awesome. No, feeling good. You ever heard of long COVID? Yeah, long COVID is when you have like lingering symptoms after you get over COVID. I have that right now, and I have this symptom called COVID confidence, where since I have the antibodies, I feel like nothing can kill me. Yeah. Doing reckless shit now, guys. Stopped wearing my seatbelt. I ate raw chicken the other day. Yeah. Got very sick. And now I have these salmonella antibodies. So it's pretty badass. Like Corey, I've also stopped wearing condoms when I have sex with homeless people. It's a joke, guys. I never wore condoms when I had sex with homeless people. Don't have to worry about me. Okay? I was watching the news the other day. They're saying they're going to be training veterinarians, EMTs, and dentists on how to give the COVID vaccine. I don't know about you guys, but I want to get my vaccine from a veterinarian. You know? Because I'm behind on my heart guard. Fuck it, let's kill two birds with one stone. Okay? While you're at it, let's get some doggy Xanax, right? I hear it does the same thing. I'll be honest, Doc, you're going to have to put me in one of those cones of shame, because I will lick this injection site as soon as I get in the car. It's just going to happen, man. Anyone here married or dating somebody? Woo! Yeah, you, sir, do you fart in front of your significant other?
I absolutely do.
Of course you have to. I'm of the opinion you have to fart in front of your significant other if you want to have a healthy sex life. Yeah! Right? Make some noise. Because how are you going to go from not farting in front of somebody to asking them to zip tie your balls together and spank them with a ping pong paddle? You can't just be like, hey baby, I know you don't want to fart in front of me, but you want to shit in my mouth? Doesn't fucking work. I'm married. I remember the first time my wife farted in front of me during sex. That's when I knew she was the one, guys. Yeah. It was in the middle of a crowded Chili's bathroom. I was down on one knee right then and there. I had a health scare a while ago. About 3 weeks ago, I went to the hospital because I drank too much water and did not eat enough salt, which is two things I didn't know could fucking happen. Because my entire life, doctors have been telling me, hey buddy, you're eating too much salt and not drinking enough water. So what happened was, What happened was I drank 11 liters of water, which for those of you who aren't on the metric system, is 3 gallons of water, which for those of you like me, might not know, that's too much water. Way too much water. My hands and feet swelled up, and they went numb. And I got my wife to take me to the hospital, and in the ER, I had a seizure, and then I forgot her name, and I pissed my pants in that order. Yeah. And started wandering the hospital, so they had to tie me down. They had to put a catheter in my penis. For those of you who don't know, a catheter is not like the size of like a straw. That's what I thought. A catheter is actually the size of like the biggest Slim Jim you can find in the gas station. You know those big Slim Jims that are like 18 inches long and like this big around? That's how big a catheter is. And after all that happened, the doctor was like, told my wife, he was like, yeah, we think he was on ecstasy. Normal people don't drink 11 liters of water. If I were you, I'd probably divorce him. And let's just recap here. This is all after my wife watched me drink 3 gallons of water, have a seizure, forget her name, and piss my pants. Then the doctor was like, you know all those vows you made? Fuck all that shit. You know? He was like, you should date someone who doesn't piss their pants. I don't know, maybe someone like me, a doctor. So, yeah. The next morning I woke up in the hospital and they're like, hey buddy, do you want to take out that catheter? I'm like, that'd be great. That was the wrong fucking answer, guys, because they were not gentle. They were like starting like a weed whacker with that thing, man. It was not fun at all. They started asking me questions like, hey, do you know where you're at? Do you know your name? Do you know who the president is? Thought it'd be really funny if I fucked with them with that question. Do you know who the president is? And I'm like, well, that depends on who you ask. You gonna ask the lamestream media, you gonna ask me? They're like, yeah. We think he had a really fucking bad seizure. I think it'd be really funny if I go back to the hospital in like a week, super dehydrated, and I'm like, look guys, I need you to tell me exactly how much fucking water I need to drink, because I don't have a clue. Okay? Yeah. I don't know. I quit drinking 8 months ago.
Woo!
Yeah. Then again 3 months ago, and again 2 weeks ago. So here's to hoping it sticks. Yeah. I had to quit drinking. I was one of those people that would always say 5 o'clock somewhere. My wife would be like, yeah, in fucking Moscow, okay? It's 9 a.m. here. It's 9 a.m. and you just wet the bed. You wet the bed and you're awake. Yeah. You know how many Moscow meals that takes? 14. Yeah. I don't know. I used to get up, I used to sleepwalk. I get really drunk and sleepwalk. One of the last times I ever got drunk, I got hammered. I woke up in the middle of the night, I sleptwalked, went to the kitchen, opened the oven door, and peed in the oven. Yeah. I woke up the next morning to my wife very angry, and I learned a few things that day. One, that I had a drinking problem, and two, that we were not getting the deposit back on that apartment. Rough stuff, man. I don't know. I got pulled over recently. I hate it when the cops ask you, like, hey, what's the hurry? Like there's ever a good answer. I was going home from my grandparents' house in Alabama, and I can't be like, well, I'm trying to get the fuck out of Alabama, so that's one reason why I'm kind of speeding. But the only way you can really get out of that and say, well, officer, I had to take a shit and I just shit my pants. But you don't always have to shit, so what do? You keep a baggie full of shit in your glove box. Yeah. So the only problem is, since I've been implementing this strategy, the Kelly Blue Book value of my car has really tanked. It also ruined quite a few relationships in the past. Nothing's worse than a girl looking for napkins in your glove box and a baggie full of your fecal matter falls on her lap. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm a big basketball fan. Any basketball fans here? Yeah? Love watching basketball. My wife doesn't like when I watch basketball because I'm one of those guys that always yells at the television whenever my team's down. She's always like, Andrew, is this how you're going to be when we have kids? You going to yell at your 7-year-old son when he's playing church basketball? And I'm like, baby, that's ridiculous. Of course not. I'm not going to go to his fucking games. You ever been to a 7-year-old's basketball game? That shit is fucking boring. Those games start at like 10 a.m. on a Saturday. Look, I will relapse if I go to that shit. I promise you. I don't know, man. I'm excited to be here tonight. I think I'm gonna get out of here on this. You guys ever remember back in like middle school or high school, accidentally ever calling your teacher mom during sex? And then he's like, my name's Principal Reynolds, but you can call me Daddy, okay? Thank you guys, my name's Andrew Ledbetter.